and in this video we're going to be doing an overview of Convertkit. Now, if you're not aware, I have a email list where I actually have been training people exactly how to set up their own funnel by using an email autoresponder such as Convertkit, start to drive traffic to that, start to actually help the people that they're capturing the leads for, and then turn that into a full-time business. So if you haven't done so, there's a link down in the description below if you'd like to join my own email list and learn the entire process. Also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials on the entire process, one step at a time, so you'll be seeing a lot more video tutorials like this on the entire process as well. So as an overview of Convertkit, basically what it is it's an email software that allows you to communicate with your audience. So anyone that enters in their email and gives you permission to send them emails, you're able to do that. Now, where Convertkit excels compared to a lot of other email autoresponders, because there's a ton of different email software out there. I've used Aweber, I've used MailChimp, I've used Confusionsoft, I've used all of them. And Convertkit is the perfect balance between user friendliness and also being extremely powerful. Now, Convertkit in itself allows you to do some extremely powerful things, but as we'll go over in videos in the future, Convertkit allows you to integrate with other software that allows you to even enhance its abilities. And so one example of that is if someone ever clicks an element on my website, like if they read a certain post or they view a certain video or do something, I'm able to track that and tag them that they've done that action within my email autoresponder, Convertkit. And with that, you can do some extremely powerful things. So if you know someone is interested in a particular post, you could then start sending them emails on other information related to that post. You can start sending them different affiliate products if there's certain software or certain tools that actually potentially would help that person. There's a ton of different things you can do. But in this video, we're just going to do the basics and get you familiar with the software. And then, like I said, in future videos, we'll be going over exactly how to build, all these different tools and integrate them together and make an entire business out of this. So the first thing you'll see is I created a brand new account just for this video. So this is what you'll see when you first create your Convertkit account. Now, once again, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click the link in the description down below to go ahead and create your Convertkit account. Now, to be completely transparent, this is my affiliate link. So if you do decide that Convertkit is the right software for you and you sign up through my link, I will get a small commission. So once you log in, you'll see that this is your dashboard here. Now, this is completely blank because, like I said, this is a brand new account. But as you start to get subscribers, you'll start to be able to track how many subscribers you're getting in a day. Here in this chart, you'll be able to see right here, it'll say new subscribers per day. That obviously resets. You'll be able to see your total subscribers here on the left, your average open rate, so how many people have actually opened your emails that you've sent them, and your average click-through rate, which is how many people have clicked the link that is within your email. Now, if you scroll down here, Convertkit is also really good because when you have a fresh account, they actually have their own tutorial videos that go over certain elements of the software as well. So, if for whatever reason, after watching this video, you still need a little bit extra, Convertkit does a great job in teaching you that. So right here, as you can see, we have this confirmed subscriber list. We don't have any subscribers right now, but if we did, we'd be able to see like an email, like first name, and we'd be able to click on that actual subscriber. So we'll actually go through later in this video and I'll actually create a form with you, enter in my own email, and you can see that information because I don't want to give out any of my obviously real subscribers information on a video because that would be illegal. So that's subscribers. The first thing that's very important is obviously creating a form. This is where, so we'll go ahead and click on this. This is where the people will actually enter in their information to join your list. Now, there's a ton of information on how to get people to do that, such as lead magnets, basically giving them a promise in return for their email, a ethical bribe. This is just, like I said, this video, we're only going to be focusing on the basics, but in future videos, we will go over all of these different things. So after we click on forms, we click on new form. We could do a landing page or a form. So a form is if you wanted to, it's just the email capture. So if you wanted to put that inside of your blog or something, then this is what you would click on. You would click on form. If you wanted to actually create an entire landing page, then we would click on entire landing page. So we'll actually go ahead and do that just for this demo. And what's cool about Convertkit is the actual founder of Convertkit is a designer. So they actually have some really slick templates to use. So if you actually don't know how to do HTML and CSS and stuff like that, and you don't have enough money to buy other landing page tools, all you need is Convertkit to at least get started. Now, obviously having other tools will help you in the future, but for those of you that are trying to start a business on a budget, this is the way to do it. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and select one of the templates here, and Convertkit actually has a basic landing page editor within Convertkit itself. So for example, if we wanted to just click here and type, marketing advice, then we can do all this. So there's a few things here to note. Is first off, this is where they would enter in their email. If you wanted to add other fields, you would just click on this right here, and then you could change the field. Now, if we wanted to ask them their first name, we'd put first name up top. Now we're collecting first name and their email. Now, if we wanted to, we could also create other custom fields, but to do that, we would have to make them somewhere else first. So we'll go ahead and go over that also in this video. So, it's just a basic drag and drop editor. If I wanted to add a photo here, I would click on this, choose the file that I actually wanted to upload. If I wanted to change the color of the button, I could do that if we wanted to make it red, and there you go. Now, the cool thing is we can also, if we just save it here, and then, I don't know why it's not going to the next page here. Okay, here it is. So Convertkit actually allows us to host the page. So this is our page. It says powered by Convertkit because it's being hosted on Convertkit. But if I typed in my information here and click subscribe, it says thank you. Now check your email to confirm. And now if we go back to Convertkit and we click on subscribers here, we'll see that one email was sent. Now you'll notice that we still don't have an email here, and it's because we're under confirmed subscribers. Now by default, Convertkit sets it to what's called a double opt-in. So basically, for someone to actually be added as a confirmed subscriber, when they enter in their email, it'll send them an email to say click the link to confirm your subscription, and then once they do that, then they'll be added to your list as a confirmed subscriber. I haven't clicked that yet, so you don't see me under confirmed subscribers. However, if we click on this and click on all subscribers, we can now see that here is my information. So it was that simple to get our very first form set up. So if you click on this, we can see some basics. So you can see that right now my IP shows that I'm in Lodi, California. My email address is Brent at PPCMode. My first name is Brent. Now under email history, it sent this sent email, which is for the double opt-in, which is important. This is the subject line, important, confirm your subscription. Now this is all default. We didn't change any of this. This is just based on what Convertkit has as default. Now, while we're in this page, I wanted to show you how to actually add a custom field. So as you can see here, there's this add custom field here. Now, the name of the field is what you want to call it. So if we wanted to say like company size, and then we just put like the actual field value, we can actually update it. And now this is company size. I didn't mean to do that actually. I just need the first part. So now, even though I added it to this particular subscriber, if we go back to the form now, we'll refresh this, and we go to add another custom field here, we can now see that we have company size. So if we wanted, we could add as many different custom fields as possible to get more information from our subscribers. That's pretty powerful because, depending on your niche, if you ask them certain things, obviously the more fields that you add to your landing page, the less it'll convert, but the more information you get about your subscribers, the better the lead quality will be. So the other thing is that in sent email. Now from here we can actually change a lot of different things. So if we go back to this, after we entered in our email, it just did this success notification. This is all set up within the landing page builder. So if we go back, we can see that under success, so under settings here on this cog, when a visitor subscribes to a form, put this message, success, now your email, blah, blah, blah. If we wanted, we could actually click on redirect to another page, and we could actually create a thank you page, which I recommend. Now, by making a thank you page, you can introduce yourself after they enter in their email, let them know that whatever you promised them in exchange for their email is on their way to their email, and actually let people know who you are. And this allows you to build an entire funnel. Obviously, you'd have to do it manually because Convertkit can only do so much, but it at least gets your funnel started. The other thing is under the incent. So if you click on the little email icon, it says send incentivized email. Now if we click on the edit the contents, this is actually the email that was sent. So it's sent from accounting at Skill HD. The subject line is important, confirm your subscription. So if we were sending them a lead magnet, so say that we were sending them like an ebook or something like that, I would put like something as simple as this. You like download your ebook, and then under confirm your subscription, this button, we can change the text to download now or whatever it is, and we can change everything within the email. So like I would just once again introduce myself, here's the promised ebook, and then do your sign off right here. Now you don't need to save anything once you change this, it automatically does it, so you just click close here. Now the button, as you can see, we weren't able to actually change where they go if they click on it. So right here is where they're currently going, which is just the confirm page. So we can actually go to that real quick just to see what it looks like. It just says subscription confirmed. So if we go back, there's a few options we have. We can either send them to a URL where they could then download the ebook on our own website, or what we can do is actually make the link an actual download and then actually upload the ebook in this example. So as soon as they click on that link, they both confirm that they want to be a double opt-in and they download what you promised them. So that's extremely powerful. The other thing is if for whatever reason you only wanted to do single opt-ins, so as soon as someone enters in their email, they are added to your list regardless if they click on that initial download email. I don't personally recommend that because a lot of people could put in fake information, and then you're basically getting a ton of bad or useless subscribers that are fake. But if you wanted to do that, all you'd have to do is click on this checkbox here, auto confirm new subscribers. So what that does is, like I said, as soon as someone enters in their email, it'll still send the incentivized email, but it will auto confirm them. So right away they're added to your list, you can start sending them emails. If someone is not confirmed, you cannot send them emails. Even if they're in your database, they'll show as an unconfirmed. So it's just something to be aware of. So that's pretty much it in terms of making a form. I know this is a very quick video, but the drag and drop editor is extremely easy to use, and just kind of understanding that process. So we'll go ahead and save it. We just left it as the default of profile landing page. Now, the next thing to know is if we wanted to, like if we added, if the thing that we were sending them was an ebook, and then we wanted to do like a 5-day follow-up series and automatically send out those emails, what we would do is actually go to sequences here. We go and click create new sequence. We just call it, whatever you want to call the sequence. And what it does is we now have our ability to build out our entire autoresponder, which Convertkit once again calls them sequences. So this is the first email. This is just a draft, but I'll go ahead and add a few others here. And there's a few things you need to know. So under status here, it's only selected as draft. That means that even if someone is added to the sequence, because the emails are set to draft, the emails will not actually be sent out. So to actually have it work, obviously after you write all of your content, you need to select publish here. And because this is a new account that we haven't confirmed any of our stuff, we can't actually do that right now. But anyway, so the other thing is right here is when to send it. Now, with an autoresponder, as soon as they enter in your list, if you wanted to send them your first email right away, you would just put 0 here and it would send it immediately after. And then on the next email, if you wanted it one day after, a few days after, a few hours after, you could do that. So you just got to make sure that you have your when to send time set properly. The other thing is you can also filter by email. You can filter who gets the email based on different things. So for example, if the custom field we made called company size was 1, for example, when we wanted it to be none, no one with a company size of 1 would get this email. It would just skip to the next one. So that's pretty powerful if someone already shows that they're more advanced or like already passed a certain email that doesn't make sense to them. By tagging them, which I'll show you guys how to do as well, or custom fields, there's a variety of different things. You can actually skip sending them emails or also send specific emails to people that, once again, are tagged. Now to do that, what we'd want to do is go to automation, because right now, even if we had our sequence all set up, Convertkit doesn't know yet that anyone that enters in their email into that form that we just created needs to be added to this autoresponder. So to do that, we would go under automations. Now, they have a drag and drop automator where you could basically do, it's like a mind map of if this, then that kind of thing. However, I like their older system for a lot of my stuff, which is just called rules. And if we click on add a rule here, so the trigger is when someone does something, so in this case it would be subscribe to our form, we then want to subscribe them to the sequence that we just created, which was called ebook. So it's that simple to add these two things together. So now if we save this, when someone enters in their email to that particular landing page or email capture, they're then added to this sequence. Now that's extremely basic. As you can see, there was a lot of other things we could do. So like when a user clicks on a link, be sent to a certain sequence, unsubscribe from a certain sequence, add and remove other tags. There's a lot of powerful things you can do. So for example, if you sent out an email that was like, are you interested in pay-per-call? If so, click on this link. Anyone that clicks that link, you could then tag them that they're interested in pay-per-call, or set it so it's a link trigger. And if they were to click that link, then you could subscribe them to your entire pay-per-call autoresponder or whatever. Now these are just, very basic examples, but as you can see, you can start to get a feel for how powerful the software actually is. Now the other main thing in this overview is obviously broadcast emails. So sequences is automated. Once you get to a certain point, we'll go over how to actually write your sequence emails and all this stuff in future videos, but that part's all automated. Say you wanted to send something out to your entire list that was time sensitive. To do that, what you would do is create a broadcast email. So we'd head over to broadcast, click on new broadcast, and the cool thing about Convertkit is even with your broadcasts, based on all the different data that you collect from your users, you can actually, even though it's one database of users within your Convertkit, if you wanted to laser target a certain subset of your list, you could send them a very relevant email. So because we currently have 0 subscribers in our database, what I'm going to do real quick is go back to subscribers and just manually add a subscriber by clicking add a subscriber here, add a single member. Let's do Brent test. We'll add a different one of my emails, and we'll have them subscribe to that landing page, that sequence, and click on save. Now, one other thing we're going to do is we're going to click on it, and we're going to add a company size of 1 to the field. Going to update the subscriber, and now we're going to go back to broadcast and refresh. And the reason we did that was because we wanted at least 1 subscriber in our database to show you this. So as you can see right now, we have it set to send this broadcast to all subscribers. So we only have one subscriber, so that's all of them. However, if we go to this filter here and we wanted to filter it by our custom field, which is company size, click on company size, and we wanted to do greater than a value of 2. Now remember, we just made my company size in this test lead 1. We click on this, and now we have 0 subscribers because no subscriber in our database is currently has a company size of 2. However, if we do contains, or it's greater than 1, 0 rather, then you'll see, because our company size is 1, we now are able to send that email. So as you can see, there's a ton of different filters we can do. We can target people that are just within a certain segment. So segments are a combination of tags and different things that we'll go over as well. A cold subscriber is someone that's been on your list for, I believe, 30 days or 60 days and hasn't opened an email or done any action. So you could either exclude them from broadcasts or actually send them their own broadcast, like, hey, how's it going? Haven't heard from you, and just kind of see if you can reconnect with that lead. What I usually do is if someone doesn't actually reply even to that email or even open it, then I'll actually just purge them from my database, because I only want people in my database that actually want to hear from me. This also keeps your costs down with Convertkit as well, because you only want subscribers that are actually going to engage with you. Ones that aren't are just sitting there wasting your money. Now, there's a lot of other cool features with Convertkit that they recently added. So like if you wanted to target people based on certain geos, so it doesn't know that I'm in the United States of America for some reason, so that was a fail. But if you collected their location data and stuff like that, I think it's supposed to be doing that automatically. I'm not sure why that's not working, but it's really good because you can even do it by city as well. So like say that I was going to have a workshop here in the Bay Area, I could send out an email to everyone that's near San Francisco within like a 100-mile radius and say, hey, I'm having a workshop this weekend if you guys want to come down, and it's more relevant. Now, there's a lot of powerful stuff you can do with that. I'll leave the imagination up to you, but to continue this, we'll do all subscribers. So we have 1 subscriber, click on next, and now we actually would want to write out our subject line. So this is the subject line that they would see. Now the other cool thing that Convertkit has for broadcast, but I really wish they had it for automation, or for sequences rather, is being able to split test your email subject line. Now other autoresponders have this capability as well, but like MailChimp, I believe, at least at one point, they were charging $300 a month to be able to do split tests like that. Convertkit has it in their base package, so it's extremely cool. So like we could do subject line A, click on the split test here, subject line B, and then what Convertkit does is they'll send out, I think it's like 15% of your list, test A, and then 15% test B. They wait a little bit, like an hour or two, to get to see which subject line actually did better, and then after it collects that data and determines a winner, it then sends the winning subject line to the rest of whoever you're sending that email to. So it's pretty powerful, but like I said, I really wish they had it with sequences. Currently they don't. Now under broadcasts, it's just like your sequence. You'd want to write out your email. With Convertkit, you can actually dynamically insert a lot of different things. So for example, if you were to collect their first name and their company size, and you wanted to mention those things in your email, you actually could dynamically insert it. And to do that, you would click on personalize, and say you wanted to add the subscriber's name. So you could do like, hey, subscriber name, and in my case it would be, hey Brent. Now if for whatever reason your database is full of people that are full of subscribers that like half of them have a name and half of them don't have a name, what you'd want to do is called a fallback. So what this is, they already automatically have a template for you to use. So if the subscriber name exists, so if it's not blank, then it'll say hello Brent with a comma. If there is no subscriber name, it'll just say hello. So that's pretty powerful, because some people will have filled out different information than others, and this just makes it so your emails are actually fluid. There's no like random spaces because they didn't have a name. This allows you to do dynamically inserted if-then statements as well. The other thing is like I said, if we wanted to add company size, we could do that. So this would just be for like our test lead. It would dynamically insert. It would just add a 1 there. That's not very helpful with this example, but like one recent example I did is I had a quiz landing page where I asked them why are they interested in a certain detox program. One of them was to lose belly fat. One of them was to improve their health. One of them, I forget all the answers, but basically what it allowed me to do was then dynamically insert what their answer was. So this detox program is great for, and then whatever their answer was. It's going to be a lot more engaging because you already know that that's what they're interested in learning more about, and by dynamically inserting that, they're going to be much more engaged because that is what they're interested in. So this stuff is extremely, extremely powerful. So obviously this email is garbage, but for the purpose of this demonstration, we would just click on next step. And now, as you can see, this is what the email would look like. Hello, first name, company size goes here, so we just say 1. And then if we wanted to send the broadcast, which we can't because this is still a free account that hasn't actually been activated with my information, I can't actually send the email. But if you wanted to send it, you would click send broadcast. If you wanted to schedule the broadcast for later, say you wanted to send it tomorrow at like 2 a.m. or 2:05 a.m., you can actually schedule it. So Eastern time, it would send it at December 13th at 2:05 a.m. to one recipient. You would click send broadcast. The other thing you could do is also save it as a draft if you wanted to go back and edit it later. So that's pretty much it in terms of the overview. I know I promised a few other things. So a few of the other powerful things that Convertkit can do is the tagging here. So like I said, if we wanted to make it so here's this is remembering from another form that I just created. Another Quizlander that I did was for pets, and it was for dog behavior. And one of them was, why do you want to train your dog? Is it for tricks? Is it for behavior? Is it for other? So for example, if I wanted to make the tag pet tricks, save it, click on the subscriber here, I could add the tag pet tricks. Now there's a ton of different things you can do to actually have the tags be automated. So for example, you can make a click trigger. So like when we sent out that broadcast or the fake broadcast, if we had a link, we could actually have it so anyone that clicked that link would have been tagged with pet tricks, for example. And then based on having that tag, once again, we could go back to broadcasts as an example. Go to within segment, or no, subscribe to tag, and then pet tricks, click update. And because I added the pet tricks tag to that one subscriber, we have one subscriber here. Now the other thing is what's called a segment. So a tag is for a specific, action basically, and then a segment allows you to then create a subset of people based on a variety of different information that you have about them. So for example, if we wanted to have it so they're subscribed to the pets tag, but we also wanted them to be subscribed after yesterday, then we could create a segment that's like new pet owners fresh on the list or something like that. Now, as you can see, these filters are extremely powerful. As I mentioned several times, it's one of the coolest things about Convertkit, because as you get a feel for all the different data that you're collecting, all the different things that you're sending people, you can really laser target the emails that you send. Now, to be completely honest, on PPCMode, on that list, that was one of the first lists that I actually used Convertkit with, and I just now started to do tagging and stuff because I actually didn't understand the software as much as I did, or as much as I do now. So to be completely transparent, the emails that I send with PPCMode, they're going to get better over time, but a lot of them were sent to people, like a lot of emails were sent to people that probably shouldn't have gotten that email because I wasn't taking advantage of this. Other web properties that I've created since then have had extremely high open rates because I've made it in such a way that the emails that I send them are so laser targeted. It's based on the interest that they have right then and there. If they click on a certain product, I can then send them an email, for example, with a review of that product. It's very relevant, and it increases conversion rates, open rates, click-through rates, all that stuff a lot, because it's time sensitive and they feel like you had just sent that to them. Now, obviously, you could get a bit creepy if you do it in a way that seems too automated. So, don't push the line too much, but it's extremely powerful. The other thing I mentioned is, I forget where it's at now, under automations, is integrations. So Convertkit integrates with a ton of different software. So one of them I use is, I don't see it on here, Thinkific. Anyway, it doesn't show up here right now, but oh, it's because, okay, so these are ones that they integrate with on their side. There's also other tools like Thinkific, which is a course creator software that I use for a lot of my sites, that Thinkific will actually integrate with Convertkit, but all they need is your actual API key. You enter it in there, and now what happens is when someone signs up to my course, if they purchase a course, if they show interest in the course, I can then tag them in my database. So for example, if they buy a certain course, I can know that they've purchased that course, and then I don't send them promotional emails anymore because they've already purchased it. I could then send them to the next step of the funnel, which is maybe one-on-one coaching, or consulting, or just simply reaching out to them, asking how they're liking the course, all that stuff. I will go over other tools that actually integrate with Convertkit in future videos. However, this pretty much sums up this video for now. I know it was kind of all over the place, but hopefully this gives you an overview of what Convertkit is. If I get enough questions and I get enough engagement with this video, I'll actually start to make very, very specific examples of how to use Convertkit, how to set it up, and how to get going with the software. So once again, if you haven't actually purchased Convertkit and you want to support what I'm doing here, please use the link in the description down below. I will get a small commission for you using it at no cost to you. If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe, because I'm going to have a ton more tutorial videos that are a lot more in depth and step by step on how to do certain things with this software and future software. And once again, if you want to join my list and see my own autoresponders, go ahead and click the other link in the description down below.